Hey there everyone, welcome back to another Subscriber Saturdays, where we are battling our friend Luke, who is a subscriber. I'll leave his Twitter down below if you want to check him out. I don't remember exactly how you say it. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and decide myself. Luke is kind of new to VGC 2017, to the championship rules. So he warned me that his team might not be the most competitive, but we're not here to win or lose. We're here to have fun and learn. And when you learn, you get better. And when you get better, you win more. So losing only means you have more opportunities to get better. I am certainly a student of that line of thinking. All right, so I got a new team for you. Well, I always do this. I say it's new, but then actually, so basically what I do with subscriber battles is you'll see the team I use in a subscriber battle the week before it happens. Like, so that week, Monday through Friday, you'll see the subscriber battle. You'll see like the team I use, and then Saturday, you'll see the subscriber battle with that team. But that's usually the first time I'm using the teams. That way, people don't know what team I'm using before the subscriber battle, just to keep it fun for you guys. All right, so Luke here has got a Magnezone, Krookodile, Torkoal, Porygon Z, which is worrisome, Starmie, and Aerodactyl. So that team's actually kind of problematic. Let's see what we got here. Woohoo! How do we deal with this? He's got frail Pokemon, and so he's got one thing immune to electric and one thing that resists in the Magnezone. Gyarados could be good. Gyarados is a pretty good lead, actually. And I think Gyarados Garchomp might be the way to go. Kartana is tempting. I don't have a good way to hit the Magnezone. The thing is, Porygon's are usually pretty offensive, but it could be a Trick Room setter. And I think Starmie might get Trick Room as well. I'm not sure. Do I want to bring Guzzlord? Kinda. I kind of really do. I kind of want to bring Guzzlord. And I kind of want to bring Tapu Koko as well. Yeah. I don't think Kartana's as useful, really. I mean, he's got things that resist, and I mean, I have Sacred Sword for the Magnezone, but I can't hit it for a ton of damage. And he's got like the Torkoal, which I don't appreciate. You know, I can get intimidated by the Krookodile, which is not great also. So here we go. If you're Torkoal Magnezone, okay. So this is a great lead on my part. If you are playing 2017, you should expect to see Gyarados Garchomp lead. It's a very good lead. The Garchomp is free to Earthquake. The Air Balloon's a problem though. Yeah, the Air Balloon's actually a bit of a problem. But so the Gyarados can Dragon Dance. The Garchomp is free to Earthquake. Either one can have a gem. Mine both have gems. So I'm a bit worried about the Torkoal. The Magnezone might have Hidden Power Ice. I'm not as worried about that. So I certainly can't let him... I can't let him erupt. So here, I'm going to take a turn. I'm just going to Earthquake. The Magnezone won't be affected. But I don't want to give the Torkoal free reign to just erupt all over me. Torkoal protects. Okay. So if this is a Hidden Power Ice into Garchomp, then you got me good. If that's the case, you got me good. I think it might just be a Thunderbolt, though. Oh, it's a Volt Switch. Okay. Okay. So, here's what I'm going to do. The Torkoal might switch out. I'm kind of going to bring in... What else does he have on the team? Why? Volt Switch. Guzzlord could be good. Thinking I might want to go into that. I'll go... Okay, here's what I'll do. I'll go into Tapu Koko. And it's going to power up any possible electric type moves. But I'm going to Z-move into the Torkoal just so that if it stays in, I knock it out. If it switches out into something that's immune, oh well. If it switches into anything else, they're going to take a ton of damage. So this is like, he could read into this and make a really good play. But I think this is pretty safe. He's going, oh, that's me going first. Okay, so, rah! Yeah, that Torkoal is going to get annihilated. So I guess he thought, you know, if he really doesn't want to switch out Gyarados just because then I can't Earthquake. I'd be Earthquaking my own partner. But that's the great thing about the Z Crystal is that it gives you like a super powerful single target ground move. So you don't have to Earthquake your own partner for one turn. It gives me the chance to switch into Tapu Koko. So he does Volt Switch into Tapu Koko, which does a sizable amount of damage. But whatever comes in, Krookodile might be a good switch in, kinda. But I have the ability to Dazzling Gleam. This is a modest Tapu Koko with Life Orb, so it's gonna hit pretty decently. You know, it's not like a backhand slap, but it's not like just a punch to the face either. It's kind of like when the Three Stooges poke each other in the eyes. It's kind of like that, you know, powerful enough to irritate you. Porygon Z. Okay, that's a bit of If he doesn't have Krookodile here, I'm just going to Aerodactyl. Okay, I'm going to discharge here. It could have Wide Guard. That could be bad. And the Aerodactyl will outspeed me, just because. Yeah, I'm modest Tapu Koko, not the other one. What is Garchomp doing here? And it's letting me discharge. So you know what? It could also be Skydrop. So I think here I'm going to go into the Porygon. I'm a little worried about Skydrop, but it's not the worst thing in the world. So he doesn't Wide Guard. Wide Guard would be really good here. Okay, actually that just oh, we crit the Porygon. Okay. So unless that was like, I mean, we did double into the Porygon with a Dragon Claw, so we probably would have taken it out anyways. I was definitely expecting a Wide Guard there. So I didn't know what the Porygon could do. It could have Ice Beam. It could have knocked out Tapu Koko, but I thought I was pretty safe there. Because Aerodactyl, I mean, really, the best move it has is Rock Slide and Skydrop. Those are its two best moves. So now here, we, I think, is Thunderbolt stronger? I think Thunderbolt's stronger. But I don't want to give him that information. So I'll go ahead and discharge again. I want to see if he has any other moves. So, you know, I'm just gonna go for damage. I don't know what moves he has. Like, this is me kind of scouting for like a hidden power ice. I don't want to show him Thunderbolt because then, you know, I guess I could have Earthquake there, but I wouldn't want him to protect and then, you know, knock out my own Tapu Koko. I mean, I've pretty much got this one. He's got a Flash Cannon. Okay, got to keep that in mind. Got to keep that in mind. And Tapu Koko does take over half to that. I'll keep that in mind as well. But now this lets me switch it to Gyarados, and I can just Earthquake. And psychologically speaking, in a best of 3, if you take game 1 and you don't even show them your last Pokemon, that's pretty good. Because, you know, winning game 1 is important. Losing it's not the worst if you can just get as much information as possible. Because if you lose game 1, but you get like every scrap of information about the 4 Pokemon they brought, you can easily, you know, win the next 2 games. So here, I'm not going to give him information. Waterfall is pretty expected. I broke the air balloon, so now I can Earthquake, and there's really not a whole lot he can do about it. Okay, so that happens. Bah! Earthquake! So that's game 1. A good game to you, Luke. I'm assuming it's Luke. I don't think it's Luck. That'd be weird. I think it's Luke. If it is Luck, I'm sorry. I think it's Luke, though. Luca. That was a song, wasn't it, at some point? A song about a girl named Luca? That thing was really sad. I don't remember. Anyways, also, you might have noticed I kind of moved my setup around differently. Just so that it could reduce, because there used to be like a glare coming from my fan over there, and that kind of made me very angry. So I moved things around a little bit. I think I got a pretty good setup here. now. Play with the same rules. So, again, key thing to take away from this, especially if you're new to this format, like teams like mine, the team I have is pretty is a little unusual in the sense that there's a Kartana and a Guzzlord. Guzzlord is especially unusual, but it's pretty bulky. You know, it's got Assault Vest. It can snarl things to reduce damage. And once it gets a Beast Boost up, honestly, it can hit pretty hard. So I would say that. Sorry, I was just looking. Luke was messaging me on Twitter. I would say that, you know, you should expect to see Tapu Koko, expect to see Tapu Lele, expect to see Garchomp, and expect to see. Oh my God, can I play alright? Let the battle begin. Okay. Sorry, I wasn't focusing and I was fiddling and farting around there. But you should definitely expect to see those 4 Pokemon: Gyarados, Garchomp, Tapu Lele, Tapu Koko. Tapu Koko, Garchomp. If you see them lead Tapu Koko, Garchomp, it's a pretty safe assumption that they've got the Groundium Z on Garchomp, because they're still going to want the option to launch off a ground attack, and they don't want to Earthquake their own Tapu Koko. And, you know, a lot of times they might turn 1, protect Tapu Koko, Earthquake, or they might, like, just discharge Ground Z turn 1, and then next turn protect, or switch out the Tapu Koko and Earthquake again. I mean, those things, that's 2 turns you get a lot of damage off. You got to have ways to deal with that lead. You just have to. If you don't, and you go to a tournament or you play on Battle Spot, people are going to bring those, and they're going to do a ton of damage to you. Also, Kartana with Beast Boost, it's kind of scary, actually. I haven't had a good opportunity yet to really utilize Kartana to the fullest, but it's a pretty scary Pokemon. So this time, what could he lead differently that would scare me off? Really not a whole lot. The Magnezone was tricky that first time just because I didn't get the opportunity to Earthquake it. And I certainly didn't want to let Gyarados get knocked out right away. So here's what I think I'll do. I'm going to switch it up a bit. I'm going to leave Tapu Koko Garchomp, the thing I just told you about, to worry about. I'm going to do that. And I'm still going to bring Guzzlord, because I still think Guzzlord could be really good. Also, I'm not sure if you see my nicknames in-game, but I enjoyed them. They made me happy when I came up with them. My favorite one, I think, has to be Kartana. Kartana is Captain Crunch, because it just kind of looks like Captain Crunch, you know? Minus the blue. Like, it's got the little hat and the little, like, shoulder things. I just think it looks like Captain Crunch. Let me know what you think is a good name for Kartana in the comments below. Aerodactyl Starmie. Okay, so he does switch it up. And that's a shiny Starmie. That looks so cool. Shiny Starmie is one of the coolest shinies. Okay, so this is not a good position for Garchomp, really. It's not a bad position, but Starmie outspeeds. The only way it doesn't outspeed is if it's not timid. But I imagine, like, the Aerodactyl might have Tailwind. He might protect Tailwind, and that would be bad. So what I'm going to do here is, I think I'm going to discharge. The Starmie has Ice Beam. It will knock out Garchomp. So do I want to protect, or do I want to attack? You know what? I'm gonna Dragon Claw the Aerodactyl. Starmie might protect here. He does not protect here. Okay, so this is gonna do a lot of damage to everyone. Okay, so we just knock out both his Pokemon right away, and we get a crit on the Aerodactyl. That definitely didn't matter because last game we saw that a not crit discharge took it out. Remember, this is Modest Life Orb in electric terrain. It does a crap ton of damage. So, something like Krookodile would have been a pretty good lead there. Like, you have a Krookodile with Intimidate, especially if it's Assault Vest, that'll do a lot of damage. There we go, Krookodile. So if that's Assault Vest, that does a lot of damage. Magnezone. And Magnezone is still a problem. Still a problem. The Air Balloon, while I don't think it's the best item for a best of 3, situationally, I think it's pretty good. Because you can, you know... First of all, let me figure out what I'm going to move here. I could just Dazzling Gleam. I think I'm just going to Dazzling... I'm just going to keep putting on pressure. Intimidated. If it is... if it is Assault Vest Krookodile, I need to... Okay, that's fine. He protects the air balloon, but he might be earthquaking. But if it is Assault Vest Krookodile, even though I'm intimidated, I need to do the Tectonic Rage to pick up that KO. I have to. Or, I guess it's Focus Sash. Okay. So I guess I didn't have to Tectonic Rage here, but I was making a safe play, just assuming that it was Assault Vest. That's like worst case scenario. If it's Assault Vest and it's super specially bulky, then I need the Dazzling Gleam and Tectonic Rage. That's why I did that. In case you're wondering, that's why I did that. I know that the Magnezone hasn't really shown... It's shown Volt Switch, Protect, and Flash Cannon. So, unless it's got Hidden Power Ice, it doesn't have a great way to touch Garchomp, which means that next turn, I can just, I can just Discharge, Protect, and then Earthquake to win the game. So I don't need the Z move. I don't need to, like, save it. I'm not trying to, like, blast the Magnezone into another dimension, I'm not trying to send it to the Shadow Realm or anything. So here, yeah, I'm just going to, I'll just Thunderbolt, just for the sake of it. And, I'll Protect. Break that balloon. So, yeah, again, in this situation, your Krookodile is a great lead. Assault Vest Krookodile does pretty good against Tapu Koko. Especially Tapu Koko Garchomp. And if you've got Aerodactyl, you do lose. You do have to play around speed ties with the... What's it called? You do have to play around speed ties with the Tapu Kokos, but you do get access to things like Wide Guard. You get access to things like Sky Drop. You get Tailwind. Those are all great moves. And I would say, like if you have an Alolan Marowak on the team and you've got a Wide Guard Aerodactyl, they don't have a great way to hit your Aerodactyl or your Marowak. And your Marowak can OHKO Tapu Kokos with Bone Meringue. And it can do a lot of damage to Garchomp with Shadow Bone. And if you can knock out their Tapu Koko, your Aerodactyl's the fastest thing. You can even Tailwind, and then your Aerodactyl is guaranteed to be faster. So, that's a pretty good pairing. You might want to try out. Anyways, great games to Luke. He definitely... So, everyone, just be nice. I know that wasn't like the most competitive battle or whatever, but Luke is new. He's learning, and it's all right. His team doesn't have bad Pokemon on it, that's for sure. He had ways to give me problems. He just didn't bring the thing he needed to. So, but that's something that you learn over time. This game is not easy at all. This game is hard. So, if you have any advice for him, feel free to give it. Constructive criticism only. Don't be a douche canoe. Nobody likes that. Anyways, I had a lot of fun with, playing with Luke. I've been kind of talking to him off and on Twitter. He seems pretty cool, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to participate in a subscriber battle Saturday, be sure to subscribe. For one thing, I can't do a subscriber battle Saturday if you're not subscribed, and leave if you have a Twitter. Follow me on there and then send me a message with your friend code. That's the easiest way for me to do this because I got like a stack of them. That's how I keep track of them. So I'm just going in order. So don't think I'm taking anyone before the other. I'm just going in order. And I hope you enjoy. And I hope to see you back next week for some more ladder where I'll be using a different team, I guess, or maybe I'll use this one depending on how you guys like it. I don't know. Again, it's a problem with bulk recording. So I hope to see you guys back. And, yeah, have a great weekend.